change my position again. Hopefully this time is better. Follow up with the Patreon. You have to forget that Patreon idea now, because I've checked Patreon and it's not going to work for us. So we are going to try the Facebook group online lessons first and see how it goes. And so we'll see about that. And then the lips video, thank you for the people who have already purchased. The lips video is on the 31st of May. It's at 6 p.m. It's on a Sunday. God, I forgot to have that with me. Today I'm in a rush again. Give me a second. Right, okay, for the people who seen this already, this is the online tutorial, and it is like a live video like now, but it's a paid video. And for the duration of the live video, I'm going to teach people, you guys, how to make the lips tutorial and stuff. Like, I'm going to show you how to achieve faces with the lips like this, male or female. And I mean, you start it off with a larger version, and then once you get used to your technique, you can go to a smaller version. So that is the my first online course, and that is with Facebook. So we'll see. Hi. I'm looking at your message now because I can't see your message on my phone because of the setting. Hello from Germany. Hello. So today we are going to make a little mouse, and shall we get started? I'm going to move the camera now. Okay, hold on. Okay, now you're on my table. Ooh, oh my god, every time. Right, we are using Saracino modeling paste, and today I have my scale with me because you guys have asked me several times what is the weight of the paste. So this time the setup I think is better. And I can see your messages, which is good. How is everyone? Right, I am using Saracino modeling paste, and I have Saracino flour paste. And just before we start, I have used the flour paste and make this. So I'm going to show you how to make this. For people who know my products, they will know that one of my molds can make flowers like this. So for the people who don't know me, I am a cake equipment designer as well. So I got equipment like cake scrapers, cake patterns, side patterns. I started off with silicone mold first, and then I kind of like move on to other products. So we are using Saracino flour paste. And then we're going to use some corn flour. You can buy this mold, silicone mold, from my website. I have softened the flour paste in the microwave for 3 seconds, 3-4 seconds. It's quite warm, so my hand is quite sticky. Hi. So I'll turn it around so you guys can see. Then I always tell people, start to fill your mold from one side and then move towards yourself. Fill the mold. And then for this one, I'll show you guys in a minute. Use a knife. Get rid of excess. Well, today is so dry. I mean, I have only just cut with this knife, and then the paste is dry on there already. Super fast. Let me put that away. Right, so clean off the edges. Right, make sure you press the middle down so that you get all the patterns. You see how, let me move this away. You see how it's kind of like a mountain in the middle? A little bit? Yeah? So we want that. Then, before you remove it, slightly wiggle the mold. You can see it's coming away from the mold already. Then it will just drop like this. So with corn flour. And this mold, you can buy it from my website, it's chik.com. And this is the Primos rose mold. I don't have much stock left now. For the people who ask me for the Wonderland mold and the car wheels mold, we don't know when that will be back in stock because due to the situation in China right now, these are produced and made in China and they are food grade safe. So yeah, you can buy this on my website. Then we will get one of these. This is the, you can buy in most of the cake shops, sugar craft shop, and this normally come with a white. This is like a hard foam. And if you don't have this, you can use a new washing up those sponges. Those are too soft, I think, but if you don't have anything in hand, you can use that. So remember, there is a little man on the back, so we will put that there in the middle where the hole is, so that when we bore to it, we won't flatten the middle. So we will use the bore tool and then slightly, the finger, don't use any force and just slightly hold it in place and then drag it out. I mean, you can thin it as thin as you want. I mean, obviously, this is not going to travel, so I can make my petal quite thin. Normally, if I need to take it to a venue or it's going to be on a cake, I will have the petal a little bit thicker than this. So you can see it's like this. Then flip it out. Then use your Dresden tool. Where the man is, put it where your joint, your finger, so that is there. Then you slightly cup it there. Okay. Then we will turn it over. I probably will flatten it now. Quite heavy-handed today. So make sure the center of the flower is in the hole. Then we can use a number 20 gauge wire, or you can also use a 24, but I will use a 20 gauge wire. And then use a tool and then make a little loop as small as possible. I mean, normally I use hi from Peru. I normally use the pointy bit, but I don't press on it, but I just use it to help me to curl it. You see how small that is. Then I'll... Hi from Wales, hi. Oh, this is actually really good because I can see your messages straight away. Okay, it's kind of like this. I mean, I can take, when I do things, I can take forever to do stuff. Let me move that away. Right, then you dip that in a little bit of water. Just tiny little bit. If it is too much, wipe it on your hand. Then press it in the middle. Can you see? Yeah. You press it in the middle. Not all the way, just slightly. You can see the wire poking out like that. Hi, Gina. Then you close the gap. With your gesso tool. You can see it move a little, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I have made one already. So it's like that. I mean, you can use a scissors and then cut the petal and make them more curl up. And if you want to do it that way, then you will put it in a kind of like a egg carton, and then it will dry with a cup kind of shape. So I'm going to put that on the side. So you guys can see clear, I think. Okay. Okay, I'll leave that on the side to dry. Then we will move on to the standing mouse. We'll put that on the side. We will move on to use the Saracino modeling paste. I mean, there is a, because I'm using the, Dawn, I forgot I had this mold. Bring it back out and use it. Right, okay, because I'm using the, I don't know, back camera, you know, the back of the phone, the lighting is a bit flicker. I mean, if you guys don't mind it, I'll continue use this side instead. I try to adjust my phone, but my phone is not having it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm gauging how big I want my mouse to look like. I want the mouse to have quite a long body. I think it can be a little bit, not a little bit, quite a lot shorter. Right, so when I gauge things, before I make anything, this is what I do. I will be doing this like this, and then I'll like, okay, if that is the body, that will be the head. So this is how I gauge my stuff. But then I want the head a little bit bigger, so I will add a bit more there. So kind of like this. Right. Then I will wait the weight for you guys. Oh, I need that. Okay, so the body. The body is 77. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, if it is slightly different. I think I want the head a little bit bigger. And then the head, it is 35. And then you will need some for the ear, the hands, and the leg. But that we can just do that. I'll put that there. And then, same again, we will have cocktail stick. Oh, hold on. So this is the body. Then I will want to have the leg kind of there. So if I cut, I will cut the stick like there. I'll cut it now. Because I want it to stand up right now, straight away, I will use cocktail stick. But if you want your toy, what do you call toy? Or decoration, like a bit more slimmer or kind of more delicate, then you will have time to have it dry and you have support. Then you can use 18 gauge wire instead of cocktail stick. I'm using cocktail stick now because I want it to stand up straight away. So same again. I will have it pointy like this. Yeah. I saw there's a fluff on there. I saw it out later. Okay, now we will move on to the leg. For the leg, we want to have two kind of like cone shape. So start off with a ball, roll it, and then move on to a cone shape like this, and then make it slim. So I think something like this. I will bring back the body just to check. I think that is about right. Actually, I may as well do the body right now so that you have time to firm up. So today, with the mouse, we are going to use some edible color dust to dust the body when we finished the head and the body together. So try to get rid of all the crease, and if you can't get rid of all the crease, have the crease on top so that when your head put on it, it will hide the crease. So I will have it like this. Have it quite long. And then kind of like where the bum is, just slightly use the back of your hand there and go like this. So it's kind of like that. So we will leave it on the side to dry. If there is your kind of like a palm mark on it, put it on your mat and roll a bit so that it get rid of all the mark, because it's quite warm today. So make it smooth. And then make a dent on your flower pouch, or if you have a sponge mat, you can put it on there. So we will leave it on there for now. So the leg, you will want 2 of these. Right, make it similar size. Okay. Bit too long there, but it's okay. And then we are going to cut it like that. So that is kind of like the top of the thigh. And then like that. Then we will pull them back out, and then we will put some water. Oh, by the way, for all my tutorial, demo and stuff, I have my own range of super fine brushes. I never introduced them. This is 00, but because I got quite a lot of them, so I use them for anything, and they are really good. They have a kind of like a thicker handle, so it's easier on your hand. Right, so I will put some water there. You can buy that on my website as well. And then use your circular motion. Quite soft today, the paste. Never mind. And then the other side. Don't worry about the end. We're going to add a tiny little feet at the end. Girl, what is your website name? Oh, it's under my name, Chik.com. ZEECHIK.com. Right, so we want it quite high. 1 second. Let me type it. I mean, if you go to my website, you will see classes what I offer as well. There you go. Okay, so once it is in, it's a bit sticky. So I will give it a little roll so that it kind of like make it more smooth. I think we need to put it in and see first. Okay. So now it's in, you know how it looks. So I'm not too happy with the end, so I'm going to thin it out a bit more. You also can twist it. And then smooth it back. So you want it like kind of like taper to like that. So I'll do the same to this side. So what have you guys been doing? Right, same again. Twist it off. You see how soft the paste is because it's very warm in here. I mean, it's not very warm, but like 22 degrees Celsius. Baking. Baking, really? What have you been making? Right, let me see. I always have one side bigger. Okay. Right, I want it taper a little bit more. I made a giraffe, a wolf, and a penguin. Wow! That's good. So you want it tapered. Cupcake and bread rolls. Yum! Okay, now it's kind of like similar size, both sides. Right, look like this. Oh no. You see, I put it on, I forgot and I left it on the table. It make a mark on there already. It's quite firm already. So this is quite a quick tutorial. Because the last one, I didn't even realize how long it was. God, you guys must be so bored. It was 2 hours and 45 minutes or 30 minutes. Oh my God. I mean, if I'm watching it, I will not watch the whole thing. It's so boring. Even my mom said, Z, honestly, what you're doing, only people who make cake will watch your whole demo. I go, yes, Mom. Okay, so you didn't notice the time. Oh, I know you stay till the end. You're the best. Right, okay, so make sure you are happy with how it's shaped. And then I want to make sure it's easy for me to get back out. Okay. Then you just slide it on. So make sure they are kind of together. Hold on. Let me see if I can move you like that for now. So you can see. I know you did, Polly. I'm surprised you stay up. It's so late in Hong Kong now. Okay, so you start off like this and then push them together and then you push it down. Okay? Make sure the side is there. So it come up on the side. So on the side, it look like this. Okay? Okay. Right, I have to move the camera back up because the camera is right in front of me. I can't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to move it back a little bit like this. Bring this back like this. Then continue with the water. Oh. Make sure the edges is closed. I mean, you can like push the paste up from there and up. I mean, the paste is quite firm now, that's why I can do this, but normally when it is soft, preferably you do it like on the dummy. Right, I don't mind it look like that. So I'm not going to spend too much time on smoothing it because we are going to put patterns on it. Oh, I can't remember where is the hole. Right, okay. So it's like this. I think I'm happy with it. And then you will want quite a long, I mean the normal everyday cocktail stick will be too short, so we are using that, and then make sure it's kind of like that long and then include a little bit for the head. So I will cut there. Use some water, or you can use edible glue. And then find the middle. Let me see. Is it the middle? And then put it in. Right, make sure when you put it in, it does not come out at the back. And it's straight. So, something like that. Saying that, I want a thinner mouth, but actually it's quite wide. So what I'm doing is, I am making it like this. Okay, now we will add the little front part. Right, 2 tiny little ball. And then oval first, forgot to say, like this. Then I will cut it in half. Then I will slightly press the middle. So it's kind of like this, tiny. Do both sides. Hi from Trinidad. Trinidad? Yes. Yes, I used to know an auntie who lived there, and then back then there is no Facebook. She lived in Trinidad, but we're talking about quite a while ago, so she might be not here anymore. So something like this, tiny little thing. And then you want the back of here as thin as possible, like a triangle, but at the front it's like this. Then we will use oh my god, where is it gone? Oh no. Okay. Don't know where's my favorite knife. Oh, here. Okay, good. And then it has three toes. So we will start off there, like this, and then we will cut there. And then you go, oh, it's quite fat at the end. No. Then you cut it again. So you want something like this. Do the same on the other side. So last time I was saying in the Patreon, I am going to do the Alice in the Wonderland figurines set to make them. And but now we are not using Patreon. I think I'm going to set up a online class for those. Right, it's kind of quite teachy. Bear with me, people. Okay, so now we will add to there. So the front there, front of it. Like that. And like that. I think I need a new dummy. So use your dressing tool, the other side, and then get to the joint. Don't worry about that bit because that is going into a kind of cake or something. Right, try to get rid of all the joints. Tiny, tiny, tiny thing. Okay, now I'm not going to spend too much time on it. The last tutorial I have shown you guys this tool which have lines. I'm just going to randomly do some lines on it. Actually, you know what, I should do a little bit more so that that joint is not so obvious. Because I'm going to do the lines straight down, so if I do that, then the joint will disappear. Body head moving. Oh no, there's a fluff there. Okay, and then just randomly give some lines. I mean, I won't do it just one direction. Just give it some texture. I mean, you can leave your mouse like smooth, but I like it like. Just randomly give some lines. I mean, mainly pointing down, but just make sure there is not a bit that you miss out. Otherwise, when we put the color on, then you will see it. And then the front, I will do it more gentle because the front we're going to leave it white. So like that. Why is that black dot there? Okay. So now we will move on to the head. So this is what we measured before. Hi, Roboto, how are you? So soften the paste. We are still using Saracino modeling paste. Round it up. Wow, loads of fluff. Hold on, let me get rid of all the fluff first. The most annoying thing when you're doing sugar paste is sometimes you don't know where the fluff comes from. I washed my hand like 3 times already, and then there's still fluff on stuff. Okay, start again. Bit sticky. So choose a good side. I'm happy with this side. then you roll your ball like an egg shape. But you want to keep the top like curve. So it's like a kind of like a curved triangle like this, and then like an egg shape at the front. Oh, another fluff. Why? Okay. Right, so let me see. Then once you're happy with it, you kind of put it on. I think it might pop out. Let me cut it shorter. Right, actually, I want the head a little bit bigger actually. So now I want to make the head bigger. Let me show you. Right, so the head is now 45. Oh, come on, turn off. Why are you not? Sorry guys, don't know what's happening with the weight. Ah, fine now. Okay. We'll do that again. Okay, that looked quite good. Then you make it like an egg. Okay. Okay, now put you on. So it's like this. I mean, if you're making a person, you can use this method as well. Basically, you start it off like that. Right, let me smooth that bit that is bugging me. And I forgot to do the leg as well. Let's do it before it dries. Okay, so same again, use that tool, randomly give it some, oh no, oh, still okay. I thought I damaged the little toes. Okay, so now the head is on. I will leave the front. I am not going to do anything to it. So the nose is kind of like that. Maybe do a little bit of kind of like a little notch. Like that. And then I am going to press here a little bit. Like that. Then I will use the bottle about about there. Do a tiny little dent to see if you're happy with it. Yeah. And then use a bottle. Do a big one. Don't have to do a big one, but thing is, the head is going to one side because I didn't put it in straight. Let me see if I can take it out and put it back in. Okay, now it's more central. So it's like that. Then we will move on to, oh, it will need a tail. Don't think it needs that much, but oh, I'm not sure what is that. Something Mexico? Is it Hello from Mexico? Anyway, so we will do the tail now. Right, often I will kind of do it to a little bit thicker than how I want it. Then I will cut it to length. Then I will put it away. Then I will put in a wire. 24 gauge wire is my that's how to say it. 24 gauge wire is the wire that I always use. It's not too hard. You can still bend it when you use it, and quite versatile. So some water, put it onto the wire. And then, I mean, when you put in a wire, you can feel if the wire come through. So when you putting it in, use a circular motion. Oh. Like that. Then I will, because I want to roll it and thin it now, I won't roll it towards this direction because then I'll cut this bit. I'll roll it off this direction instead. Let me go like that. Okay, it still go up. Doesn't matter. Right, this is kind of the thickness, how I want it. The end can be thinner. Gosh, this one have a long tail. So it's quite long. Then you want to thin the edge there a little before you put it in. I don't want to cut it because I quite like the length of it, so I'm pulling the wire out. So I quite like it like this. Sorry, that I didn't fart. That's the noise from the table. Then I slightly bend it. Right, I don't want it straight anyway, so I think I'm happy with that. Okay. Then you want to bend the top like that. Ooh. So it goes like that. And then if you want to bend a bit more, just be careful the end. And push it. If you have like uneven kind of thickness, because while you're pushing it, just use your finger, rotate it like this, and it will give you a good kind of curved surface again. So I'm quite happy it's like this. And then that, I think I will need to bend it more. Hi with a smiley face. Peru? Is it Peru? Right, so you want to find the middle, kind of there. And then you look on the side if you're happy. Yeah. Then I will want it like this. Right, so put some water there in on the wire. Well, you put it in, actually, let me pre-poke the hole slightly at an angle, like on top like this. So because it's not dry, it need time to dry. So if you go like this slightly, then it prevents it to droop down. So slightly at an angle. And then go in. And then ease it in like that. Okay, so you can see it's in, and then you push the paste towards the body. I think I need something like this. Right, once you are happy with where it is, use your tool and then blend in the joint. I mean, it doesn't have to be completely gone, because there is lines on the body already. I mean, when doing sugar paste or kind of other things like clay, my other hobby is making clay figure, and the smoothest sculpture you do, like the smoothest sugar paste you do, normally is the hardest, because you can't hide a seam. Very hard. Okay, so something like this. I mean, I can spend more time on it, but I'm not going to. And I forgot, before I do that, I jump things like this. We need to put some lines on the head, same as the body, but this time we will go more one direction. It's kind of like we go towards the back, but occasionally you will still want kind of like a offline, because if you all go one direction, it just look too uniform. So I'll do this lightly again. Well, I just mark that bit. And then the back, you want to come down. So that go that way, and then it meet at the back. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, okay, now we will move on to the arms. So modeling paste again. Thank you for the rose dawn. Thank you, thank you. Right, okay, so we will, I'm sure I have too much paste there already, but we will, I'll always take too much out. Right, okay, so this one, we roll out like a sausage, just like how we do the arms. Ah, too thin. Oh, whenever, if it is too thin, you can push back the paste together to make it like back to the correct thickness. Well, I think the arm kind of like this. I want it to look like a little bit like a person. Right, I will kind of cut it there. So you want two sides the same. About there. And then anyway, a bit different again. 24 gauge wire. Oh no, I think this is 22. Yeah, I think this is 22 gauge wire, sorry. Then we will cut it. Well, let's see. Right, I think it's too long again. Still too long. Right, okay. Then we want a little bit or more there, so we will cut there. I'll put the wire in first. I want to do the hands. Move that side. Same again, circular motion. This wire is not straight. Why? Right, if the paper come away, you may as well tear it off because you don't really need the paper. Okay, so you don't want the wire to go all the way to the end. I mean, as I say, you can really feel the wire, but if it comes through, don't worry. Same again with some water. Right, so make them smooth. Then I will make the end a little bit more tapered, like that. Same with that one. Then we will slightly flatten the end like that. So it's like a little hand. And then this time I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to use a cocktail stick. And then indent. Like that. And then turn the cocktail stick around, use the pointy bit, and then put it in. I mean, you can use the Dresden tool for it, but I think cocktail stick is more fine. So slightly bend the arm before you put it in, so it looks a little bit more natural. You can do it another way. It is sometime I forgot today. You push your wire all the way in there, and then you use the wire to cantilever and then turn it, and then after you turn it, you push back the wire in, and then you hide the wire. Does that make sense? Okay, so that side, so it's going on to the side, so I am going to bend the wire that way. So I'm going to hold there, and then I will use another plier, you call it plier, and then turn it like this. Or not so much, but yeah, something along the line like this. So do it both sides. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Okay, like that. And you want it right underneath the head there. And then we will again poke the hole first, about there. Okay. Right, once it's there, you kind of drag the paste. Oh, it looks like a little person with a really big head. And then use your dressing tool. And then smooth out the joints. Same again. I'm not going to too much smoothing because there is lines on it. And then I don't want you guys to be bored. Oh, you can't see. Oh, thank you, Eileen. Never thought watching me. Thank you. Ah, no. Thank you. Very, very nice. Right, there's a fluff there, and I can't get to it. Oh, yes. Okay. Right, so it's something like this. One side done. Teresa, hi, hello. And then now we will do the other side. But the other side, I want the hand a little bit more out like this. But we'll put it in first, and then we will move it. Do the same thing again. Make sure you turn the figure around and see. Okay, so same again. Try to Johnny make me brush. Thank you. So we don't want there's a lump there, so I am trying to use the dressing tool to make the top better. Okay, so something like this. And then you want it like this. So because it's still kind of right, we want it like this. And then normally what I do is I will find a shorter stick like this. This is what you guys can do at home. And then I don't have a foam with me here. I mean, you can use a foam. Oh, actually I have. I have cut a little bit of foam earlier, so it's just a normal foam, but you want to have the smooth side, so I will poke it through like this. You know, in a pound shop or dollar shop, they have the makeup sponges, the tiny little one. Get them, and then you can do all this. Oh no, I flattened the tail. Accident happened. Okay, so I'll cut that a bit off. No big deal. Okay. Sorry, little mouse. Don't mean to injure you. Okay. Something like this. And then I want that bit more disappeared. If you find your hand, because you move it so much, become too thin, then you find where the paste, there's a lot of paste on the hand, isn't it? So you push the excess where you want it to be, so to make it how you want it to look like. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the messy bit. Let me put this away. Oh, actually no. Let's make the ear first. Let's make the ear first. So now we will. Right. So for the ear, I want it quite up. So I will like. I want it to go down in line with the eye. So I poke a hole first, then, right, let me stand up, I can't see. And then I'll find in line where it is, kind of there. No, there. Yeah, somewhere like that. And then I will make a kind of hole. Sometimes you don't have to do this. You don't even have to have these two. But sometimes I do forget myself to do this. But just make life easier. Okay, so now we will have to make the ear. Roll out 2 tiny little balls. Then you don't need to really, actually. Use your finger, press it down. So it's a ball, and then press it down like this. Oh. Let me see. Forgot to. Okay. So I'm quite happy with that. I don't want it too thin. Then taper the end, because it goes into the hole we just make. Something like that. Oh, I forgot to measure the ear. I don't used to do this, so bear with me, people. Don't know if it will show on the scale. Let's see. It won't show anyway. So, just a tiny ball. I mean, it doesn't matter if it is too big, your ball, because you're going to use your finger to press it to the shape you want. Let me see, put it right next to it. Then you keep on doing that. And then kind of to the shape you want, you taper it down. Because it's too much paste anyway, so you can cut it off at the end. Okay, so we want something like this. I mean, this is my way of making both things same size. I find it quite hard to make things identical. Don't know you guys, will it be the same? I will put it like that. Right, okay. I chop and change. Sometimes I do things this way, then I forgot that I shouldn't do it that way. But you know, everyone do things differently. Like this one, just to be safe, we will put a bit of wire on it. Okay. Same again, you don't need a thick wire. We are using the wire we just used. You can use 24 gauge wire again. So all you want is just a contact with the head in case you knock it. But because we have poke a hole, normally you don't really need to, but I'll do it anyway. Okay. Okay. So we got something like this. Then now we will put some water there and there, and then we will, same again, pre-poke the hole. Right, I'm going to stand up and then put wire in. Okay. And then this actually have a front and back. You see, the back is kind of like a curve. Oh, sorry, people. Move the camera. Right. Okay. Just perfect. Huh. This one not so happy. Go in a bit. Okay. Why do you come out? Pain. Always one wire giving me problem. So slightly press it there and there. And then I will use this tool again. Or you can use your dressing tool. Slightly roll it there. Actually, you can use this if you want. make it like a cup. Okay, like that. Right, so I will show you the other side. I'll use the dressing tool. You can use the dressing tool as well. Okay. I think it looked like a mouse. Okay, so now, yes, I forgot that we need to mark the arm as well. So now look, it's kind of quite firm now, which is good, easier to handle. Earlier it was a bit soft. So this time you want the pattern come down. Okay. Okay. Same again. You know that character called Dangerous Mouse? I don't know if you guys have watched it. I mean, I watched it when I was before, when I was younger. I watch it every day when I finish school. So you can use this method to make that as well. Okay, so now we will move on to the messy bit. Let me clear the table. Right. Okay, so we have today, let me move away the water, dangerous. We have these two colors, terracotta and brown. This is by Sugar Flags. And I want the color kind of in between color, but I don't have it, so I'm going to mix them. Messy. Okay, I don't think you need a lot, but we'll see. Oh no, gone onto my table. Okay, little bit of dark brown. Actually, I'm going to add more terracotta. Don't want it too dark. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sure I don't need this much, but come on. You see, still like this. Okay, then we will get a brush and then mix them together. Wow. Okay, let me try on a piece of tissue. Then see if I like the color. I think it's okay. Still a bit terracotta though. A bit more brown. I think I put too much terracotta in. I mean, it's down to you guys. When you can have your mouse white, but I just thought, ooh, I always do white stuff. I love white myself. I mean, what color is your favorite, you guys? I love white. And I like pink too, but I like white. Okay, so now, oh my god, the dust is everywhere. Okay, we are going to, let me put that aside. Get a piece of wet tissue if it got onto your table. Put some water onto your tissue and then wipe off the dust first before you spread. You can see before you spread it everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. I can clean it better later. Right, okay, so now we are going to let me cut some paper because it's not dry yet. Normally, if I'm doing something precise, I will let it dry a lot more. Then I can pick it up and dust it. But because we're doing it now, so I'm just going to do this and try to catch most of the, oh, we will do the back first. Most of the dust. Okay. So we are not going to color the ear or the nose or the tip of the hand or the leg and the tail. We're not going to color those. Then we will start from the back of the ear. Thank you. Eileen, are you from UK? Right, you want a back of the ear as well. Next time I have to remember, I will put a little tray underneath so that it won't go everywhere. Oh, you're in UK, that's good, that's good. Still, because UK lockdown kind of thing, it will take longer than usual. Like at least 4 to 5 days to arrive to you. Oh my god, messy. Thank you for buying my molds. That is the best one, I think. I mean, I like all my molds because I made them, but I think that is the best one. There is YouTube video on my YouTube channel to show you how I make different kind of shape or how I put them together with that silicone mold. yeah, check out my YouTube channel, people. I have quite a few cake video on there as well. One is the Formula One car cake. It's a cake, and then a few others as well. Right, okay, so we will move on to the front. Like I said before, we don't want to do the belly. So, you know what, I'm just going to be messy everywhere. I might give it a little bit more shading after the demo, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. Oh. Right, leave the dust which is hanging, and then you can just kind of blow it away. Okay. Right, the head, you want it like the side as well. Oh, out of focus. I mean, if it is patchy, then you just go over it with more dust. I mean, if you want more dimensional, you can get a darker color. Right, give me a second, I've got it everywhere. You can use a darker color and give it more, like where the shadow is, give it more kind of definition. Right, so I don't want it to go all the way, so I'm just going to kind of stop there. I want it like to the eye socket. Okay. Right, I want the body, the front, it kind of like in and then out, you see? So I need a bit more shading on that side. Normally, like I said, I will have it a little bit more dry, and then I will lift it up and do it that way. Okay. Right, the front of the face, you only want it like from there onward, so I will brush from the back to the front. Okay, now this side. I'll check the other side where it stops. Okay, let's see both sides. I think a bit too much there. Okay, anyway, I think this is it for the dusting for the brown. Messy. Right, I will continue after when it needs more dusting. But for now, I will call it finish. And then let me put this somewhere safe so I don't knock it. So how you guys? Are you guys still with me? Is it too boring? We're nearly there. Well, I say nearly. Let me put this away. Oh my god. Right, I'm gonna take that actually. Thank you, Ali. Right, bear with me. I need to clean the area quickly because otherwise it will go onto the white color. Well, I'm gonna blow it in a second. So what I'm doing is I can't go to the sink. I have a spray bottle. When I go to show, I may as well talk to you guys. When I go to show, I normally have a spray bottle with me. So if I can't go to the sink to wash my hand, if I got like dust on me, and this is what I do. So I will give it a quick wipe first. Actually, that might have color on it. And then wipe it again. You actually have to wipe it quite a few times. Okay, let me check if my hands still have any. Okay, my hand is clean. Okay. Then I will take this and then I will blow the dust away. No. So normally if you're indoor, I'll go outside and blow the dust, but because I need to be here, I have a big plastic bag and I put the figurine inside the bag and I blow the dust away. Right, it should just come off clean now. Look. And then the dust is inside the bag. Okay, now we are going to use some pink to dust the tail. The tail you can use a bit of pink, like pale pink, to make it first, and then like dust it more. Actually, need a stronger pink. So you want the pink graduate to the upper body of the leg. where would I... Oh, the dust palette. There are quite a few places. You mean this? There are quite a few places sell it. You can get it from Zoe Fancy Cake. You can get it from Cake Decoration Company or Cake Craft Company. They all sell this. And I mean, if you have a large dusting area you need to dust, then you will need the loose dust. The palette is for kind of like more delicate stuff, I think. I mean, some people might not think so. Right, I'm only going to dust one side of the tail so that it just does not look odd then. I mean, as long as you don't smudge the dust when the dust landed on things, normally you can just blow it off really. Okay. I mean, I will do better dusting when I'm not like live, because I'm rushing for you guys to finish now, so I'm doing a quick dusting just to show you. So you want it graduate into the brown. So when you dust, make sure you kind of like dust it towards the brown. I think this is a bit too pink, but I'll sort out the color afterward. So the front of the nose, all I want is a tiny little pink. Oh God. I mean, he look odd now because he got no eye. I'll give it a little pink cheek as well. I mean, if there is anything like you don't like, for the, like if there is something too dark, you can wipe it off with water straight away, but make sure that you wipe off the water, because otherwise the water will eat into your paste. So that's that. Now we kind of finish the coloring for now. Right. Move him away for a little bit. I'm just going to slightly wipe my hand in case I've got pink on me. I think I've got pink on my hand, then you've got pink eye. Right, okay. So we will use the modeling paste again. We kind of want I kind of want it to have a curve to cover the eye. So I think half of that. You can use edible bauble, then you will save that stage as well. If you have the you know the edible ball, which is this size, much bigger, then you can do it like that, and then you won't have it like that. Okay, I think I need a little bit more now. Okay. Ah, now it's too big. Similar size. Because it sticks to my finger, then it should just stick in there, but just in case, I will have a little bit of water in there. Actually, on the white, because there's dust in there. Just in case I need to pull it back out. So you want it like curve. Like cartoony. Ah, I forgot to dust the ear. Right, I want it to look like that. Then on the other side, I think on the other side definitely too big then. Okay, I have a bowl. Ah, too big, is it? Too big. Right, get rid of the color bit. Oh. I am so hot. Right. Better. I mean, you don't want to squash it too much. Oh no. Okay, now I can show you how I clean it. Where is the... Right, okay. There's a bit of dust there, so you just do that and then it's gone. And then make sure you get a bit of tissue, wipe it straight away. And if you want to dusting on it again, make sure that part is dry before you redust anything. So you want to press it down, but you still have the curve, like a dome shape eye. But then you press the front a little bit more, so it go up like that, because we want to put 2 little black balls on the front. So I have some black edible ball, and they might be different size because these sugar, they cannot make them exactly the same, but choose 2 which is quite close to the size. Then use a bottle similar size to that, and then make a little dent for the ball to sit on. Right, I need to turn this so that I can see it's aligned. Okay, quite happy with that. Bit of water there, a bit of water there. Right, it's not sitting like that. I mean, you can have it like that, but you see this ball is much bigger. Right, and then get yourself a bit of tissue. Hold on to the back of the head, and then press it in. See? So you kind of want it kind of like a same height as the dome. Okay. So let me put a little bit back, paint back on the ear. Aha! He looks like mouse. Cute. Okay. Oh, okay. Then, oh, see, doesn't even need the foam. But I bet you, with time, overnight, it will droop, so you need to put it back on. And then you give him a little flower. Okay. One more. So these are the one that we made together, and then the top one is I made earlier. Anyway, so that's it for today. This is it. I am going to give him a little bit more shading. And then right, let me see if I can do this that you can see him properly. So once you finish and happy, you see I have to put more shading there, with your dust, use the steamer if you have a cake steamer, and then steam the dust, and then we prevent it to fall off. And sometimes, like at the beginning, when I don't have a cake steamer, I normally use a iron, clothes iron, but from a distance, and then I kind of squeeze it. Yeah, so let me move the camera again. So that's it for today. Bit close up, sorry. Thank you for staying and watch all this time. So please check out my online tutorial, and it's only 6 p.m. and it's on a Sunday 6 p.m. to learn how to make this. You will start to learn to make the mouth this size, but once you perfect the technique, then you can reduce the size to like the figurine that I made, which is like the face is 3 centimeters. I mean, you can do it once you know that. So all the information is on my website, chik.com, so check it out, and I will see you again next Friday. Thank you for watching.